What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we are going to be doing my match review, match analysis and match reaction to Manchester City's 3-2 comeback victory over RB Leipzig, including speaking about that first half from Manchester City, the comeback win and the implications, of course, on the last 16 of the Champions League. But before I do crack on with this video, do make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim, and do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. So let's crack on with this video. We're going to start off by speaking about the lineups, and in the preview I think I was guilty of thinking too much about Tottenham Hotspur and against Aston Villa in big Premier League games that we've got coming up. I think a lot of people that commented on the video and a lot of people that I've been speaking to about Manchester City with the upcoming fixtures were guilty of having them same thoughts. I think Manchester City, the club itself, may have been a little bit guilty of thinking about that as well. And RB Leipzig took their opportunities really well in this game. So before we even speak about the actual game, I want to speak about the lineup. So Manchester City, Ederson picked up a knock just before the international break, so he didn't travel with Brazil. He's got over that knock. He was on the bench for today. I'm not surprised to see Stefan Ortega-Moreno start in goal. I think had Manchester City not played a top 6 team in the Premier League at the weekend, I think Stefan Ortega-Moreno would have been given the nod for that instead of this game. And I think to make things fair, because you saw Stefan Ortega-Moreno when Ederson went out on international duty back in October, when we came back for our first match after that international break, Stefan Ortega-Moreno started in goal for Manchester City, but he didn't get that this time as Ederson never went on international duty. And so because of that, with him having a little knock, I think City have seen this as a good opportunity for Stefan Ortega-Moreno to be starting this game. Ederson will be back in goal for the match against Spurs and the match against Aston Villa, but Ortega-Moreno given the nod, and I managed to predict that on my preview, so tick, pretty happy with that. City went with a back three, a strong back three, Kyle Walker, Ruben Dias and Josko Gvardiol, so Nathan Ake only just come back from injury, given a rest there. I'm pretty happy with that. Manuel Akanji and Rodri given the nod for Manchester City, as I thought this might have been the opportunity that we have finally for Rodri to have a little rest, and I have to admit, I think everybody may have been sweating just a little bit when Rodri was holding his knee and had to have a little bit of treatment on the pitch as well, but thankfully managed to complete the 90 minutes here for Manchester City and will be good to go for the match against Spurs, and hopefully can stay away from the yellow cards, that he will be available for selection as long as he doesn't get injured, touch wood, for the match against Aston Villa as well. We also saw Rico Lewis go alongside Bernardo Silva, and I thought City's midfield looked a little bit disjointed in this match, a little bit slow and a little bit pedestrian. Nothing City didn't sort out though. In the second half, Phil Foden started out wide along with Jack Grealish, and you saw Erling Haaland start up top. However, you did see more of Phil Foden drifting into the middle and Bernardo Silva going onto that right wing instead for Manchester City. So I want to speak about that first half, and the first thing I want to say is Leipzig clinical in front of goal, and that Openda, fantastic. I was impressed with what I've seen of him so far in the Champions League. I don't have much of an opportunity to watch the Bundesliga on the regular basis, but in the Champions League, when I have seen him, he's looked sharp, he's looked good, he's looked clinical in front of goal. Had only a couple of opportunities in this game and put both of them away with a couple of well-taken goals. I thought Manuel Akanji with that assist for the goalkeeper, far too weak in my opinion with his defending. Far too weak to be bullied off the ball from a player who physically is smaller than what he is. Akanji needed to take responsibility there. He didn't. He got bullied by a player smaller than him, and Openda did the rest clinical in front of goal. And then the second goal comes about. Same again from Manchester City, just caught too square, too leggy, and all of a sudden Ruben Dias does a Nicolas Otamendi special, steps forward, miles away from his own goal, and once the player knocks it beyond you, you're not getting back to that. We did have cover though. The ace up our sleeve, Josko Gvardiol coming in, sells himself far too cheaply, expecting Openda to go for the near post. Openda sees it coming a million miles away, takes one step, takes him out the game, and he's got a tap in to put it into the back of the net. Great attacking play from Openda. Awful defending though from Manchester City. It could have been even worse. RB Leipzig, before they scored them couple of goals, Xavi Simons, who again, another player I was very impressed with RB Leipzig, missed a wonderful opportunity. He had acres of space around 20 yards out from Manchester City. He just couldn't bend it onto the inside of the post. Didn't get much bend on it at all, and it ended up going a couple of yards wide. It could have been a lot worse for City. We could have been 3-0 down at half-time. We looked at 6s and 7s. Far too slow, no intensity, like they weren't taking Leipzig seriously. The distribution was poor. Manchester City's intent to get forward, create opportunities and score goals wasn't really there. They weren't being clinical in front of goal. The midfield was being dominated, and even though City were dominating all the stats, it was RB Leipzig that was completely dictating the way this game was being played, and we weren't finding any way for Jack Grealish to get anything from the game, so he had to come off. He really did, and Jeremy Doku, when he came on, managed to open up space. His pace alone was causing problems for Leipzig. Tired Leipzig legs. It worked wonders, but you have to wonder to yourself now, Jack Grealish, how does he get into that Manchester City starting 11? Because he's really struggled for form so far this season. It's just not worked out for him as of yet, and it's another game, this game here, that hasn't worked for him as well. Ruben Dias, I didn't think had his greatest of games, on the yellow card as well, and that he picked up in the first half, had to come off, and we looked so much better defensively once Nathan Ake came on. We looked so much better through midfield once Foden was playing alongside Julian Alvarez. That worked much better for Manchester City. We looked better with Doku on there as well, and them substitutions really did work for Manchester City, and it enabled us with them subs being made within 30 seconds. Erling Haaland getting that ball on 54 minutes and stroking it past the keeper and putting the ball into the back of the net. Phil Foden shows up then 70 minutes and finds the equaliser with a well-taken goal into the back of the net, and then Julian Alvarez with 3 minutes remaining plus added time to put the ball into the back of the net with a very well-taken, calm as you like, finish into the 6-yard box. And I've seen there's been a lot of questions about Julian Alvarez and how do you make him work in this Man City system. He isn't a midfielder. He's not. He's a wonderful striker though. He's a brilliant striker. Is he as good as Erling Haaland? No. But who is as good as Erling Haaland? He is the best striker in the world, but I certainly think that Julian Alvarez is a fantastic second option. Argentina find a way to play Julian Alvarez and Lionel Messi. Man City need to be doing more to get Julian Alvarez more in and around that 18-yard box with Erling Haaland. Not either or, both of them. Play with a front two. Alvarez is too good to be wasted in midfield. He's too good in front of goal. Give him that ball, give him space, he will find the back of the net. I was impressed with what I saw from Julian Alvarez today. I was impressed from City's front attacking offensive line in that second half. To go 2-0 down at half-time, to come back and have the bottle, have the nerve, have the confidence, and have the ability to go and win that game after being 2-0 down. Leipzig are a decent team, 5th in the Bundesliga, just a point behind Borussia Dortmund. They're a good team, consistently always reaching the last 16 of the Champions League and more. They reached the last 16 last season as well. They got a draw at home against us last season too. They're a good team, and this took a lot of bottle for Manchester City to get this comeback complete and get that all-important result that we were looking for to finish top of the Champions League group. And we've done that, and we've got the win. We've got great momentum now to take in to the match against Tottenham Hotspur. We don't have to think about dropping points 3 games in a row in all competition. We're now saying to ourselves, we've not won in 2 games. We are unbeaten, but we've not won in 2 games in the Premier League, but we won our last game. Beat Spurs, and all of a sudden, people were speaking about bad form and Man City not really finding the heights. We beat Tottenham Hotspur, all of a sudden, we're back on track, and we're back where we need to be. And in terms of the Champions League now, 5 wins from 5. Can we go and do something we've not done before and make it 6 wins from 6 in the Champions League group stages, hit a maximum of 18 points. That is the momentum that makes you back-to-back champions in the Champions League. Being 2-0 behind and not giving up and having the belief in yourself to go out there and never know when to surrender, never know when the game is done, never know when you are beat. That's what defies champions. And that today showcased to me that Manchester City do still have that mentality to win the Champions League once more. Hunger and desire, I still think that it's there. Albeit, I think it'll start to show more and more as you get towards the conclusion of the season, naturally. But right now, I still think it's there. It's a good win for Manchester City. It's a job done. I wasn't impressed in that first half. We sorted out in the second half. And I think we know what we need to do against Tottenham Hotspur, and that includes making sure the likes of Phil Foden and Julian Alvarez, if they are to play together, are playing together in the middle rather than out wide. Jack Grealish isn't starting in the next game, but Jeremy Doku is. We need Bernardo Silva to be fit. The sooner we can have John Stones fit and ready to go, the better. Nathan Ake, one of the first names on the team sheet for me as well. And I'd like to see Ederson returning to the starting 11. And all of a sudden, things start to look up. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy we picked up the 3 points. I think the performance could have been much better. Second half was much better from Manchester City. First half, let's not think about that first half, okay? It's in the past. It's done. It's ended up, in the end, not having an impact on City. On another day, it really could have, and we'll address that issue if it ever is an issue. But I don't think now is the right time to be speaking and people losing the plot. I'm sure there will be people out there who say it's the perfect time to be speaking about it. But at the end of the day, football, yeah, it's about performances, but what's more important than a performance is a result. And we won this game. We got the result. So for me, tick, job done. Analyse it, overanalyse it, do what you want with it. We face Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday. That's where the focus is now. Back to the Premier League. So there we go. They're my thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well to leave it a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Social media links, they're in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.